So today's verse is Psalm 34:18, and I'm going to read it in the Amplified Version. The Lord is near to the heartbroken and saves those who are crushed in spirit, contrite in heart, truly sorry for their sin. So I was asked to do the Amplified, and I had never read it in the Amplified before. I've heard this verse many times, but that extra part where it says, contrite in heart, truly sorry for their sin, when referring to crushed in spirit, um, I was kind of surprised because I just always thought that it related to, when you're brokenhearted, when you're sad, when you're dealing with stuff. And so that was different. So I am thankful for this verse in my life, and I'm thankful for that it's in the Bible. First of all, because it comforts me. Uh, and it comforts me for a few reasons. First of all, because as in other places in the Bible, it recognizes our pain, that we are going to experience grief, loss, sadness, anger that is heavy to carry, and that God cares and is near us at that same time. And I have to believe that this verse is talking about God is especially near, because God is always near, but when we're experiencing this, He's especially near. I like it because He doesn't want us, and through this, He doesn't want us to ignore our pain. He's not saying, you know, He's close to the brokenhearted, so push it down. Don't confront it. Don't think about it. Just move on to the next happy thing in life. No, it says He's near to us. And I think of how we're to, in those situations, in those times, we're to have Him walk with us through those things instead of pushing them aside. He's saying, I'm near to you during this time. And as many of the Psalms talk about, um, how God is with David in his brokenheartedness, in his sadness, in his pain, and when he's being sorry for his sins. So that brings me to the second part. I'm thankful for this verse because it recognizes that we all sin and we will hurt others. We will go against what God has called us to do in life. And yet, as we recognize this, as we feel the weight of our sin and our brokenness brokenness in our relationship with God, God is saying He's still right there with us. He's still close to us, near us. And a lot of times I think we think that I've sinned, I've gone astray from God, or I just can't get it where I'm not um, doing this thing where that separates me from God. But God is saying, when you realize this sin and when you're heartbroken over it, I'm near to you. I'm close to you. Um, and that's amazing because so many people and so many other religions say, if you do these certain things, you're out, you're done, you're a bad person, or you are unacceptable and unredeemable and not being able to be forgiven. But God says, when you are in that place and your heart is broken over your sin, I am near you. So that's super cool. Um, I think about how the hardest times that we go through in our lives are heartbreak. Maybe there's a disconnection between a loved one and you, or a disconnection between you and God because of sin. And those disconnections, during that time, during our hardest time, God said, I am near you. I am with you. It's when we feel most alone and without hope that's when God is near. That's when God, I want to think, is nearest, possibly us. Um, or at least He's reminding us, because that's when you don't feel that He's near per se, is when you're hurting. You're not feeling that high of like, oh, everything's going great, or this great thing just happened, but you're in the depths of heartbreak and disconnection. But God is saying, I'm here, I'm near you. So, um, in my own experience with this verse, so over the past, since COVID, there's been a lot of disconnect, a lot of brokenness. And one of the times that there was a lot of brokenness that was going on, and my heart was very heavy for a situation that was going on. I was praying and just asking God for something. And I don't even know that I knew what I needed, but I was asking God for encouragement or something that basically that would let me know that God is near during this time. And I was driving and it was on K Love, and they said what the verse of the day was, and it was this verse. And they read it, and I was like, wow, like this is it. This is God is speaking directly to me, that He cares for me and He's near me. So I hope that all of us can remember that when we are in the times of brokenness and the times that we are crying out in pain, that He is near us.